So hey everybody, it's Mickey, and today I have a quick fall prep video for you. Today we're heading out to Trader Joe's to pick up some of our most favorite fall goodies. We're doing a little stocking of my fall pantry, and I have the best chicken stew recipe for you. So if you are new here, I hope you'll take a minute to subscribe. I put out new videos every week about all things home. Part of my weekly prep, and of course part of fall prep, is going to be to make some soup for the week. Now today I don't have a ton of time because we are working on the pantry, but this is a really great soup to put together. It is a creamy chicken and rice soup that I'm sure you probably have the majority of these ingredients in your house already. So what I'm going to use for this recipe today, of course you can go ahead and either roast or boil some chicken for it, but I'm going to be using this rotisserie chicken that I picked up at Costco this week. This stuff is great for soups because it has that great rotisserie flavor, and it's just so convenient that it's in chunks already, so it's really easy to shred. So you're going to need some chopped onion. I'm going to chop up this little red potato really small and put that in there. I have some celery here. I'm also going to be adding some garlic. So of course you can use a bunch of fresh vegetables. You can chop up some carrots and throw some corn in there. I am just going to use this bag of frozen mixed vegetables. It has carrots, corn, peas, and green beans. I use this a lot for like chicken pot pie and some of my different stews and soups because it is perfect. And frozen vegetables are really frozen at the peak of freshness, so the flavor is really, really good. You'll also need some rice. Today I'm just going to be using about a cup of this minute rice. You'll also need a can or two of cream of chicken soup. I'm feeling fancy today, so I'm going to be using cream of chicken with herbs. I'm going to start with one can and I'm going to see what it looks like, whether or not I'll add another can to it. And of course you're going to need some chicken broth. We're going to get started here by chopping up our veggies. We're going to do some celery, onion, and potato. I always like to keep this small bowl nearby for the veggies. It just makes it so much easier to transfer it from the cutting board to the pot. Now, in just a few days, it's officially going to be fall, and I could not be more excited. I mean, the weather has been cooling off a little bit. It's still like in the 80s most days, but the nights are so nice and cool. You have that little bit of chill in the air when you get up in the morning, and it just gets me excited for the whole season. One of the things that I have been working on little by little is my pantry. I'm trying to get it ready for fall and winter. I wouldn't say that I keep a ton of food in my pantry, but I do like to stock up on the things that I use all the time, and I like knowing that I have a few of our favorite pantry meals on hand at all times. In my big soup pot, I have some olive oil in here and some melted butter, and I'm going to add in my chopped vegetables to get them going. And I'm probably going to let these cook for about, I don't know, probably like 10 minutes or so, just until they are beginning to soften and the onions start to be a little translucent. So our veggies are just about ready. I went ahead and I added a couple heaping teaspoons of garlic, and now I'm going to add a little bit of white wine to this. This is totally optional. You can skip this entirely, but I just like to deglaze the pan a little bit with some white wine. It just gives it another layer of flavor. So we're going to let this cook for a couple minutes to allow the alcohol to burn off, and then we're going to add our chicken stock. So this is looking really good, and we are going to go ahead and add, I'm going to say about 4 or 5 cups of broth. We are going to start to bring all of this up to a little bit of a boil. We're going to add first our frozen veggies, and then we are going to season this with all of the good things, you know, some pepper. We're not going to use salt in here because with the chicken stock, and I'm going to be putting in a can of cream of chicken soup, that's going to be plenty enough salt for us. So I have some black pepper, I have some garlic powder. I'm going to toss in here some Italian seasonings, which is basil, oregano. I also have some thyme I'm going to sprinkle in here, and I'm going to put in a little bit of rosemary. Of course, I'm going to add some more garlic with some garlic powder because it makes everything so much better. And then I'm going to add a little bit of Mrs. Dash. I get asked all the time what Mrs. Dash that I use, and I have never used any other one other than the original mix. I've never even tried any of the other ones. I'm sure that they're delicious, but I have a real affinity for the original Mrs. Dash, so that's the one that I always use. I'm gonna shred up some of that rotisserie chicken. If you ever see it at Costco, I really recommend giving it a try. It is really good in so many different recipes. It's great for casseroles and soups and stews. And I've even made like, you know, chicken salad with it. It's just really good quality chicken. So the package is about almost 3 pounds. So I kind of cut it in half for this stew recipe, and then I just kind of just shred it up a little bit to put it into more bite-sized pieces. And then once our stew comes up to a boil, I'm going to drop this in along with a can of cream of chicken soup. So our stew is boiling away here. I'm going to add this can of cream of chicken soup with herbs. And I'm just going to scrape this all inside. Give that a stir, and then I'm going to add our chicken. So I'm going to allow this to come back to a boil because, like I said, we might add a little bit more of the cream of chicken soup, and I want it to also boil to make sure that the veggies are nice and soft. It's already looking delicious. So our soup is boiling away here. I'm going to add a little bit more than a cup of the minute rice. We're going to stir that in, and this really literally takes a minute for it to come together. And then on the top here, I'm going to add some fresh parsley. So our soup is all done. I do think that it is more of a stew than a soup. With the addition of the rice, the broth gets nice and thick and so delicious. I think you guys are really going to love this one. This is going to be one of those meals that you add into your monthly meal plan because it just makes you feel so warm and cozy. Like many things, it gets better overnight in the refrigerator. When you warm it up again the next day, be sure to add a little bit of milk to loosen everything up, and it just adds to the creaminess of the broth. I like to serve this with some good crusty bread or cornbread muffins. Check the description box down below for the full recipe and let me know if you make this one for your family. For those of you who are new here, I have a food storage room down in my lower level. That's where I keep all of my longer term pantry items. I got these cabinets at Lowe's. They're listed, I think, as garage utility cabinets. I'm not a huge fan of open shelving, so I have a couple sets of these cabinets throughout my lower level here for storage. I have a combination of storage systems within these cabinets. My canned, bottled, and jarred items I just put on the shelf. Other soft package items like, pasta, cereal, chips, crackers, those kinds of things I have in bins that I keep sealed and stacked on the bottom shelves. Every quarter, I try to go through my food storage and check for expiration dates, clean up the shelves, put things in their proper places, and make sure that it's organized in such a way that I can find what I'm looking for. I also like to put pantry meal kits together in brown bags so that I know I always have at least a half a dozen pantry meals in my storage ready to go. Now, if you guys would like a video on my fall food storage system, let me know in the comment section down below, because this is my project that I have slotted for the next couple weeks to really get it organized. So this week I was working on pantry side dishes, which for me is usually pasta and macaroni, rice and rice variations. I like to keep at least 10 pounds of pasta in my house at all times. And this week at the grocery store, I ordered extra pasta and rice dishes to add specifically to my food storage. So for our family, one of the only packaged dinners that I do use is rice-a-roni and pasta-roni. I can usually find them at Walmart for under $1.48 a box, and sometimes you can even get them 10 for $10. These are perfect meal extenders, especially on busy nights. I usually just saute some chicken tenders, add a vegetable, mix it all together with one of these rice dishes, and it is a fast, easy meal for the family. Now, pasta is a whole different story. I really like different shaped pastas for different meals, and some I have to order online to get because I just cannot find them in the stores around here. So I like to have a minimum of 10 pounds in storage, but honestly, I probably have twice that amount in the house because, being an Italian, pasta is a staple in our diet. I have certain ones that I only use for soup. I really love orzo. It's one of our family favorites, and I do like different shaped pastas for different tomato-based dishes. One of the reasons that I do use the bins in my storage system is that on occasion we have had a little field mouse come for a visit, and although it has been years, I feel more secure knowing that the soft packages are sealed up in a bin to keep them fresh and safe, and it also allows me to organize like items together and store more in the same space. I really do think that it is important to have a backup food pantry for your family, even if it's just a couple of bins tucked under a bed somewhere with your most used items. I always had a lot of food in my house when all my kids lived at home. Once they moved out, went to college, it dwindled to almost nothing. And when the pandemic hit, I panicked because I did not have my supply of food, I didn't have my supply of toilet paper, and I vowed that would never happen again. So I have really worked on building up my food storage. I have a good supply of paper towels, toilet paper, laundry detergent, cleaning supplies. It really does help me feel more confident when another pandemic or emergency hits. So So let me know if you guys would like a fall pantry dedicated video, and we can build up our pantries together. So I headed out to Trader Joe's tonight just to pick up some of our fall favorites, and I've been talking to so many people that have been telling me their most favorite things to get from Trader Joe's in the fall. So I wanted to try some new things, so let me show you what we picked up. So I picked up some of this Harvest Blend herbal tea. This has like a really yummy cinnamon ginger kind of apple flavor. I really like this. In the night, I like to have something a little warm, you know, when we're sitting down and watching, you know, something on Netflix. Now this butternut squash mac and cheese I've never tried before, but I talked to so many people, and they said it was #1 on their list to get in the fall. So we're going to try that. I'll let you know if that is any good. And then these pumpkin flavored JoJo's. This is Rebecca and her boyfriend's favorites. I think they buy a box and they pretty much eat it in one sitting, so they must be really good. I also picked up some spiced cider, which I just love. I'm trying this spicy chai tea latte mix. This is new to me. I think you just mix it with some hot water, so I can't wait to try this one. Also picked up some pumpkin body butter. I also picked up some cinnamon bun spread, which I've never tried before, and I'm really hoping that it's going to be so good on like some toast. I was looking for the butternut squash raviolis. My Trader Joe's didn't have any, so we thought we would try this mushroom ravioli. I thought they looked really, really good. And then I picked up this bag of pumpkin pasta. I think these are so cute to have as a little side dish in, you know, a upcoming dinner. And then my son's girlfriend told me I had to get this cookie butter ice cream. She said it was so, so good. So those are just a few of the things that I got from Trader Joe's. You know I'm gonna let you know if they are any good, and I'll let you know what my favorites are. So thank you all so much for watching. Let me know in the comment section down below if you would like a fall pantry video. It's my project for the next couple weeks, so it would be really fun to put a video together for you. Join our communities over on Facebook and Instagram at My Bashful Life, and don't forget to subscribe. I would love to have you all back as part of our growing YouTube family. So until I see you in that next video, I hope that you love the life that you have, be kind to each other, stay safe, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.